Hi, welcome to our X39 review with testimonial. We are so excited to have David Hill with us today. He is a 12-year legend with the NFL. He played 7 years with the Detroit Lions, and he played 5 years with our very own LA Rams. He's a tight end, and if you saw the picture of him, did you see the size of his legs? I mean, those guys, from what he says, he's teaching me football, but those guys are offensive, and so they block and catch, so you have to like have it all, and he definitely does. I am blessed to know him for about the last month as he's building a business with our very own Irie Sully, who's also an LA Ram legend. And I just want to say how blessed I feel to get to know him and his entire family. His wife's beautiful. His daughter is just, she's like, I'm just saying, she's an Aries. She's just gonna rock it with me. And David is having so much result that he is sharing it with all of his friends. It just so happens that David's friends are all in the NFL, and so. David, I just want to thank you for working with me. It's just been an honor to get to know you and work this business with you. And I guess I would just love you to start with a little bit about who you are, what you've done in your life, why you're in so much pain, and what these patches have been doing for you.
Well, I don't like to talk about myself, Marcy, but yeah, I played for 12 years. I was blessed enough to play for 12 years, not with a lot of major injuries, but, just playing out there and running against people, it was difficult. And so I have a lot of injuries now with my shoulders and in my knees and hips and things of that nature. So introduced to the Patches through Ivory, who I played with, and with the Rams. And be honest with you, originally the first day or two, I thought I felt better, but I wasn't sure. And then by the third or fourth day, I play a lot of golf because that's what old football players do, because we can't do anything else anymore. And I noticed that after I played golf, my back wasn't tight. Before I would have the beamer in the car, and I would go back to the car and put the beamer on, put the strap on my back, and use that or whatever. If I didn't do that, when I got home, my wife, I'm old, but my wife thought I was older than I was. So I started with the patch, and by the third or fourth day, I realized I wasn't using my beamer as much as I was, because normally I used to beam my back every morning because my back was tight from sleeping. So I started introducing it to people. A lot of people that I know that, we're all limping around out on the golf course, a lot of other players, and they started getting immediate results. One of the biggest results I saw was that I have a buddy of mine or whatever. I think he's UFC or whatever.
Yeah, UFC.
Yeah, UFC. He was a UFC fighter. Now he's a stunt guy, and he was doing a stunt on a motorcycle and had an operation on his shoulder, and so he had just had it. We were down in Palm Desert, and I said, well, why don't you just try some of these patches? I knew what they would do, but I didn't know that they would act that quickly. And he called me the next morning, because he stayed down with my other buddy down in the desert. He called me the next morning. He said, hey, I didn't have to take any pain pills last night, and I slept I slept great. And so, to be honest with you, I've not talked to anyone or given anyone. Well, Marcy hasn't gifted anyone. I was actually out today gifting people because, I'm sure Marcy and Jan are tired of me calling them to have them gift somebody, but it's just been an amazing thing. So I can't tell you how much it's helped me as far as, on my back. Now my wife is wearing them and everybody's wearing them. So, I just found out today that, we have a horse. I just found out today we can put it on a horse. So I'm trying to figure out where to put it, but you know, that's an amazing thing. So it's been a godsend to me because my whole thing was to try to, you know, as old as I am, you know, most people don't think I'm as old as I am, but I'm, you know, 65 years old. So it's been a blessing. So thanks to Marcy and to Jan or whatever, they sort of brought me along, and now we're just calling people up and sending stuff wherever. You know, I think I got a friend in uh, in in uh, in Miami or whatever that we will send stuff to tomorrow. So anyway, that's it. I mean,
Well,
I don't like talking about myself. I mean, that's what I did, but that's not who I am. I love people. I especially like people that are hurting, and you know, you find something for them, and I think that's my relationship with the people I've talked to is that, you know, we always talk, so it's not like I'm calling them, you know, once a year and trying to get them to try something. So, you know, I tell them what it did for me and what it's done for my wife and the people that I know, and that's been quite successful so far.
so David, tell me one more time about that back, because whenever you golf, you before the stem cell activation patch, your back would hurt like right before you started or right after. Remind me, you told me that story. Tell me that one more time.
Yeah, we would. When I went to play golf, be honest with you, I would drive to the golf course with a beamer on my back. I mean, that was to help me get warmed up, and then I would go out and hit balls and stuff like that to try to warm up even more. But the issue wasn't before golf; it was more after golf, and that was, you know, with the twisting and turning and trying to hit the ball further than the guy who hit the ball in front of me. So, um, and you know, I'm 65 years old, so and then with, you know, blocking people all my life, you know, in football, because I played 12 years in the league, but that doesn't count the 4 years in college, the 4 years in high school, and things of that nature. So it was, you know, my back and my shoulders are probably my worst, you know, well, back, shoulders, and knees, but now I really don't have that problem.
Wow. Yeah, because I remember you saying something about um when your back would hurt driving. Remember, you would drive your car
Yeah.
to the golf range, and when you got out of the car, like you would have to warm the back up before you swing the golf. Remember?
Yeah.
Club?
Yeah, or just sitting around or whatever, and sitting on the couch watching too much TV as I normally do, or what I have done in the last couple of months. You know, I would get up and my wife would go like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's just stiff." So I would have to go through that process of warming up and stuff. But they say that playing football is like being in a car accident. So I was in 12 years of car accidents. So that's what I'm living with.
So, David, and I don't know if you can or want to, but maybe you can tell them a few of your friends that you've been sharing with, and they're like counting you every day for your patches. I mean, it's the funniest story because he's calling me 10 times a day saying, "Where's so and so patches? He wants them. Where's so and so patches?"
Yeah, dropping names or whatever, but I mean, Eric Dickerson, who's a Hall of Famer, he was a running back with the Rams. I mean, I gave him some the last time we were out playing golf, and like he's calling me, "Where's my patches?" I'm like, "I don't know. I mean, Jan was supposed to send them. I don't know." So, but everyone that I've given patches to, I mean, they're calling and stuff like that. So it's a real excitement about it. To be honest with you, probably 3 or 4 hours out of the day or whatever, I'm dealing with X39, and people I'm talking to. Like I said, I was even out today. I hate driving in traffic, but I was out today driving in traffic or whatever to get some of my friends, these patches and stuff. And from what I hear, X39 is just probably one of the main ones, but I mean, there's a whole lot of other patches that are available that. That's too much information for me right now.
Well, all I can tell you is he's like, "Marcy, you don't understand. I got a lot of friends. and all my friends are in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
They need this. And so, David's just been calling up all his friends and gifting patches. And the interesting part is, we've been gifting maybe 7 patches, maybe 10 to some of the people he really wants a nice amount to. And he called me yesterday and he's like, why are we gifting so many? They're all noticing something in 3 days.
Well, I knew that she was getting tired of me calling her to gift, so I knew that I was going to get to a point where I had to start gifting. So I was trying to find the shortest way to gift. So I was gifting today like 5. Well, she said, well, maybe 7. So I was gifting 7 packets of patches today. So, be honest with you, I still don't totally understand why it works, but I just do know that I know that it works. And I'm still trying to get around the science. I have some people who are into science and they want to go on the internet and see this and see that. And I said, look, all I know is that I put it on my back, on my spine, or on my back, or if I have a particular on my shoulder, and it works. And so that's good enough for me. So.
Wow. And it seems to be good enough for all your friends because they're all taking it.
Yep.
And now they're all ordering silver packs. So much so, you guys, that his daughter and I are like running behind him, putting them in because I can't keep up with how many people the patch is working for. And, we've always said, gift the patches, let the patch do the work. What I think is interesting is that David Bean, I counted the years with high school, college, and NFL, 20 years of football, which is a lot of battering. And so thinking about the stem cell activation patch and how it repairs and regenerates, his friends are like a really good group to see what's really happening when you put the patch on, because they all have stuff, whether it's back, shoulders, or knees. It's just part, or Ivory had the brain stuff. And so
but Ivory's always had the brain problem.
Ivory's on here. He wants to unmute himself.
Hey, you're on. I'm sorry, Ivory.
Wait a second now, young man. Listen, me tackling your 280-pound butt is the reason why I'm on these patches.
There's no reason to bring up personal information. There's no reason. No, but
David,
the thing is that for me it's just not. I like helping people in the first place. I think that's the reason why I got involved with Beamer. But at the end of the day, it's just I don't even tell them much at all. I just say, look, this is what it's done for me. You just try it, and I said, you know what? I'm not even going to call you back because you'll be calling me, and so that's basically what I tell them now. So
you know what is the special thing about our fraternity is that we can do that and we don't have to try it. I'm not selling anything. I'm just saying, hey, look, dude, I'm going to give you something. Go ahead and try it out. David, this is the way I did it with you. And it just works. Okay. It just works. And my body, forget about my brain. My brain has its own situation, and it definitely is sharpened up, and I'm just feeling so much better and more alive. But my body there's no pain right now. And I feel like I'm a little bit, I feel like I'm younger. And I feel like, and Dave, our fraternity is special. There's no doubt about it. And so please listen to us. We are very, very well adept at this physical abuse that we put on our bodies, which we loved every day, but now we're paying the price. But thank the Lord for X39.
Wow. Thank you. And thank you, Ivory, for coming in and commenting. And so who tackled who? Uh-oh, did we lose David? And oh my gosh, did you just tackle him down?
Listen, he played tight end. I played defense. I had to tackle his big butt, man. Are you kidding me? He was fast and you wouldn't even know it. He was a guy that used to dance in the end zone a long time ago with his butt, That was David Hill. That is the David Hill that, I had to tackle all the time. Yeah, that's him, yeah.
That's pretty cute. Well, somehow I think we might have lost David on the stream, but hopefully he'll come back on. And thank you, Ivy. So, and then I'm done asking this because I'm learning. So like, would that be in practice at the Rams? You were defense, he's offense, and that's what you guys would be working on, yeah? Wow.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, we didn't practice against each other physically. You know, we tried to maintain that, but in the preseason, no, it was a different deal. You know, you're competing against the offense and you're trying to get a spot. So I wasn't going to not get a spot because I was afraid of tackling anybody, and especially him. So I love David Hill. I love David Hill. Love me some David Hill and Eric Dickerson. Our fraternity is special. We are developing something and doing something that is special. Please, if you have any reference or want any reference with regard to your body and how it affects, these patches affect your body for getting for discomfort and getting an easing of that discomfort, come to us. We will definitely tell you that it works.
Thank you. And you know what I've noticed the most between you, Ivory, and David is that you're just the nicest people. And so it's been, I mean, I was going to say, you know, you guys are famous. So you would think being famous, like, it would be different, right? But you're not. You're more nice than the non-famous people. So thank you for that. Anyway,
I'm just lucky to be here. Lucky to be here.
Yeah, we're lucky to have you. I'm so glad I sat next to you back in the day.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, that's something else. You never know who you're going to sit next to anywhere in your life. So here's a little lesson. Be nice to everybody, because you don't know who you're talking to and the influence they may have. Isn't that true there?
That's right. There you go. Yeah,
so with that, Kathleen, why don't you come on and tell us why David's back is feeling better, his shoulders are feeling better, his knees are feeling better, why Ivory even decided to share this with David Hill. Why don't you talk a little bit about what is this special stem cell activation patch?
Okay, thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Marcy, and thank you, David, and thank you, Ivory. I was hoping David would come back on because I have a really simple way to explain how these patches work. And he had mentioned he didn't quite understand it yet, but here we go, right? So what David's talking about is this little patch right here. It's a stem cell activating patch, and it's called the X39 patch. It's X39 because it took David Schmidt 39 times to get this proprietary light wave frequency just right. And so what's in this patch is amino acids, organic salts and sugars, and some water, right? And so then he's imbued the light frequency in there. So then when this little patch touches our skin, it activates it. And what happens is it activates GHK copper peptide, which is a naturally occurring peptide in your body. And it does a myriad of things. It's healing your organs, your tissues, your lining, your teeth, your hair, all kinds of things. GHK copper peptide is basically the holy grail of age reversal. It's upregulating and downregulating 4,100 genes, which means it's bringing those genes into homeostasis. And then those genes actually extrapolate out in your body and affect another layer and then yet another layer. So it's just affecting all of these genes in your body. That's GHK copper peptide. The other thing it does is it activates your stem cells. It produces more stem cells, and it resets your stem cells. So within the first 24 hours of putting this little baby on your back of your neck or below your belly button, you're gonna have 3,000 to 4,000 genes set back to a younger expression. So that's huge. Within the first 24 hours, that's happening. And that's what David's talking about with him and his friends, how a lot of people felt it right away because of that, right? However, some people don't feel it. Like today I was on the call with this girl and she said, I wore my 7 patches and I didn't feel it. I said, you know what? I really didn't expect you to. But what I do know is it's setting those genes back, and it just must be healing something really internal for you. And let's give it a 30 to 90 day trial. And she said, right on. So we did that, right? So with that being said, like maybe, it's about half and half. Some feel it right away and some don't. Some take 30 plus days to feel it. And like I said, that's because it's going on into your internal, possibly your liver, your stomach, we don't really know, and it's repairing an internal issue. We did not feel those organs degenerating and diseasing And a lot of times we don't feel them repairing. So, and then the other people feel it right away. But what we do know is it's working the second you put it on. So the other really cool thing about it is it's producing new stem cells. So new stem cells, when they land on old tissue, they're turning that tissue new again. So that's another, yes, age reversal aspect of this patch we have going on here. And so those new stem cells that I'm talking about are called pluripotent. And what that big fancy word means is that they're blank, they're undifferentiated. So when they get produced, they start scanning your body, and then they determine what they need to be differentiated into. So we're gonna turn into a brain cell or a liver cell, or push out the inflammation in David's back, like et cetera, right? So basically it's body heal itself. It's literally you activating your own body's intelligence, because nothing's going into your body. This patch is non-transdermal and non-invasive. It's just having the wavelength. It's activating your body to heal itself. And the stem cells are scanning your body, prioritizing what needs to be fixed, and it's repairing and regenerating at that cellular level and literally reversing aging right there. That's why we really recommend wearing it for 3 months, because at 3 months, that's really when the deep cellular healing kicks in. At 3 months, these babies didn't do that. I got in an accident 30 years ago. And at 3 months, they did that. I literally woke up that morning and I'm like, oh my gosh, my thumbs work. So, so at age 35, we lose about 50% of our stem cells. And then at age 60, we're pretty much, they're just slow and sluggish. They're not doing anything. So that's when, we're really going to use the patch to really kick us back into that younger place. And a lot of people experience better sleep. I think David talked about that. More joy, youthful energy. I definitely have that going on. Mental clarity, Ivory talked about that. The pain and inflammation, that's what released David's back pain, was getting rid of that pain and inflammation and wound healing, soft skin. Somebody made a comment in the chat, we're all glowing. Yes, we are. That is the collagen, my friend, that is replaced at 3 months, like entire collagen. Collagen is the biggest protein in your body. It does all kinds of things besides make you look beautiful. And at 3 months, it's completely replaced. So hair growth, cellular age reversal, all kinds of things is what this little patch is doing. And if you want to have some more information, you can go to StartX39. StartX39.com has, more science, a little bit of testimonials, and it's just a really great website to check everything out. So with that, I'm going to pass it back to our Miss Marcy, and she's going to tell you how you can get this wonderful anti-aging stem cell activating patch, revolutionary light therapy technology. Yes,
wow. So that's what it looks like. It's X39, and it comes in a sleeve like that. And as Kathleen showed you, there's 30 of these patches in this sleeve. X39 means it took our owner, inventor, David Schmidt, 39 times to get just the right lightweight frequency to elevate and activate your stem cells. We have a 20-year patent on this. We just got our patent 6 months ago, and we're in 100 countries. So we are like a mature company with a great backbone, with a brand new product that activates stem cells. So if a business is what you're interested in, make no mistake, we're in momentum. In 1 year, we went from 50 million to almost 90 million in 1 year. And I have to say that on our Zoom calls, because the patch works and we're testimonials and we're all learning and seeing what's happening to people. Tonight, on this call alone, we had up to 115 people on the call. Something is happening here. You do not get that many people on one call if something is not working. If this little patch is not doing the work. You do not get NFL Hall of Fame players on a Zoom call having testimonials that this patch is working on their necks, on their lower back, on their knees, and on their brains if it wasn't happening. You would not have these guys sharing it with all their other buddies if it wasn't working. Because what David told me the other day, Marcy, it's not about the money. It's about, I got a lot of friends and a lot of pain. And this patch is taking the pain away. And I want to help them. And that's really powerful. And isn't that really why we've all been doing this and why this has been so special? So if you would like to get these patches, get with the person who brought you here and you can say, hey, I'd like to get these patches retail for $149. That's one sleeve. Or I would like to be a preferred customer and I'd like to be part of that new sampling program. And one sleeve at that is $119. And with that, you get $350 worth of free samples over the next 6 months. That's a deal. Or you can do what David's people are doing, and they're all getting these silver packs, which are 3 of these sleeves for $2.99. It gets the sleeves down to $99 a sleeve. The best price we have, it gives you a 3-month supply, enough for yourself, enough for the ones you love, and even enough to share. And here's the great thing. There is a 90-day money-back guarantee for retail customers and preferred customers. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee if you want to get 3 sleeves at one time for the silver pack. There's no risk. I like to say, put the patch on, let the patch do the work, and utilize the no-risk money-back guarantee. Now, there's also a pack called the Diamond Pack, and that is $1,600. That's 19 sleeves. And I have to say that David just upgraded to it. And what was interesting is he just paid the difference between the silver pack and the diamond pack. He got the difference in sleeves and he paid the difference in price, because what he told me is he said, I need an NFL gifting hub and I need patches to do that. So let's get some and let's start gifting. And what I want to tell you is that David Hill is no different than any of us. We are gifting patches and letting the patch do the work. So if you like the diamond pack, you can get that as well. So once again, get with the person who brought you here. Let them know if you want to be a retail customer, a preferred customer, or if you'd like to get one of those packs. Let them know if you'd like to do the business or not. Either way is great. We just want to help a lot of people. So with that, it's 6:32. Thank you so much for coming tonight. David Hill, thank you for coming. Ivory Soley, thank you for coming. I'm not sure if Jason Fowler is here. He wanted to come check it out as well tonight. Of course, he is our very own Ironman world champion, and he is paralyzed from the chest down. We've heard from him before. He was coming on to check it out tonight. So shout out to him as well. We love our athletes. And we're so happy that the X39 is helping them so much. So with that, we love you all. Thank you so much for coming tonight, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Have a great night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.